For a snooker player, the Q is often described as an extension of their arm, which is why finding the right one is vitally important. Since turning professional, Ronnie's Q, like that of so many top pros, has been made by one man, John Paris. But just how is a snooker Q made? Ronnie went to find out.
John.
Hello, Ronnie.
How you doing?
Nice to see you.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, good.
Come down here today. Obviously, you're the man to do the Qs. You do all the Qs for the players. I know how important it is for snooker players to get the right Q. Yeah. So today I've come down here. I want you to show me around. Show us how it's done from start to finish, and I'm sure everyone else will be interested in how it's done as well.
Yeah, no problem. We can give you the tour.
Take us out the back, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Right, cool.
Follow me.
Cheers. All right, John, so...
Well, this is how it starts off. I go to wood yards that have got mountains of timber, spend all day selecting through, and just come away with a small pile. This is ash. We do maple as well.
So obviously, when you pick choosing wood, there's obviously a lot of wood to choose from. How do you know which is going to be something that's going to be what you're looking for? I mean, because to me, that's just like a plank of wood.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's experience of picking it out, but you're looking for a straight grain, a nice clean piece of wood, no variation in colour, and it's just knowing what you're looking at when it's this stage that will make a good Q.
OK, so now we've got the bit that you've cut off from the plank.
Yeah, from the planks we cut it into squares, which then gives you a better idea what the whole thing's going to look like.
Yeah.
And from this, I then choose the best end, so which will give us the best end for the tip end. So yeah. Obviously, that's where you're going to be looking at the points.
Yeah.
And from that, I decide where we're going to cut the Q out of this piece of wood. So it won't necessarily be the same off of both sides. I'll decide which way we're going to run to give a good look on the Q when it's finished. So from the square, we then take it to quite a large, oversized taper and round it off, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's sort of planed down by hand. And we keep turning that.
You can actually see the grain coming through.
Yeah. And as you can see, at that stage, the points start to develop.
Yeah.
And you can actually see where you're going then. But obviously, the smaller it gets, that will change. OK, so we've now got the finished shaft to the final taper, and from that we do the hand splicing, which involves planing the shaft down on 4 sides, 2 at a time, and inlaying ebony or rosewood into that so that you get the added weight to the Q, but also the nice points shape of a spliced butt, and a smoother feel for the grip as well. Once it's gone down on 2 sides, it's then planed again, and you put the other sides on. OK, so once all the ebony's glued on, it's then got to be taken down and rounded off, and you see the distinctive points coming back onto the Q then. So that's then planed down.
So is everything done by hand? Is there any point
Pretty much.
Machines are kind
Well, we use machines to do some roughing out and to put the joints in. Most of the lathes that you see are mainly for jointing, but a lot of the splicing is all done by hand. And as you do it, you just keep checking to make sure that it's carrying on sort of straight and you're not taking it too much one way or the other. Eventually, from there becomes the normal snooker size. Obviously, some of the others have that same operation done again with the decoration splicing. You probably recognise this design. This is the the most popular, famous design in the world because it looks the same as yours.
Yeah.
From finishing the bud off, we then cut the Q off to length, whichever length's been ordered. Put a tenon on there, and then we fit the brass ferrule.
Why do people need ferrule? I mean, I remember in the old days, some people just used to stick their tip on the end of a bit of wood.
A bit like splitting logs. I mean, when you think of the impact constantly hitting balls on there, it'd be quite easy for that to then sort of spread and open up. So the ferrule just protects the top of the Q. So, OK, once the Q's finally sanded and it's nice and smooth, we then apply a grain filler to that, which obviously makes it slightly smoother because it fills the grain in, but it also enhances the colours out of the grain. So we put that on, leave it to set, and then sand it off again. Then we level the top of the ferrule off, which is important to get that nice and flat. A good glue and two perfect surfaces to go together. You always put an oversized tip on, and then we trim that down. Okay, so once that's
it's been chopped down now, so we're kind of
trimmed in,
flush.
We get it to that, and then with a file, we just start to give that a rough dome. And it's just take the edges away, and then gradually you work into a sort of a rocking motion from the centre to the outside, so you're coming across. And that takes quite a while to get that down, but eventually, you end up with something like this.
It's nice, perfect dome there, yeah.
And then we finish it off with a tip shaper, a piece of sort of sandpaper in a tip shaper. You know, from that, you get that nice and smooth around the edge, nice dome, and
perfect.
Ready to
nice
go.
Nice tip like that.
World Championship, Q that?
Yeah, could be. I like that.